Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Today's video is a CAS collab with two amazing simmers who also happen to be two of my closest friends in this community. B and Chermi both have their own YouTube channels where they post LPs, and I will make sure their channels are both linked in the description. But this collab was actually created by B, and they came up with the idea that the three of us could make our own versions of the sages from the magic realm. So B came up with some ideas for each of the sages, some inspiration that we could base our sims off, and then the three of us picked the ones that we were most drawn to. So B is doing the sage of practical magic, and their sim is inspired by a robot. Chermi is making the sage of mischief manage, and her sim is based on a demon. And my sim is the sage of untamed magic, and the idea was that I based this sim off an elf or a fairy. And I decided to go down the more fairy route, as I thought it would give me a little bit more of a chance to be a bit more creative. And also with all the hints that there could be a future fairy pack, I thought this could be a really fun opportunity to make a fairy sim. When B suggested this collab, I thought it sounded like such a fun and original idea. I haven't seen anything like it before, and I just couldn't say no, and I had ideas like straight away. And also because I rarely ever make occult sims, I just thought it would be a really good opportunity to branch out a little bit. The sim that I made is called Juniper Evergreen, and I wanted a name that was inspired by nature, that also fit the fairy theme, and I just thought it was a really cute name, honestly. And I gave this sim the creative goofball maker, loves the outdoors and kleptomaniac traits, as well as the spellcaster and sorcery aspiration. So if you don't know, I do have a mod that gives me 5 traits instead of 3, and these are the 5 traits that I picked, and I don't know, it kind of gave me a bit more inspiration about the story and the background for Juniper, and I will go into a little bit about why I chose these traits. And it will kind of introduce Juniper's backstory a little bit, because if you know me from my other CAS videos, then you will know that I cannot make a sim without envisioning a backstory and character profile for them, and this sim was absolutely no exception. So I definitely had ideas right back when B suggested the collab, and then as I was making this sim, I got more and more ideas, and it just got so developed. And I won't be actually talking about the whole backstory too much in this video, just because there's quite a bit of detail in it, and I just will not have time in this CAS video. But do not worry, you will definitely get to hear the backstory, because in a few weeks time we're actually releasing a part 2 to this collab. So in the second part, we'll actually be doing a build for our sage sims, a home for them. So in that video, I would definitely go into more depth about Juniper's life and her backstory. But for now though, in this video, I will talk about her traits and my thought processes behind the outfit choices. I thought that because Juniper is a fairy spellcaster, she would definitely be quite outdoorsy and love nature, as that's where she would grow up mostly. She's not inside, she's definitely more outdoorsy, surrounded by the natural world. So that is why she got the loves the outdoors trait. She is the youngest sibling of 2, and she has always had a very playful and light-hearted attitude. She had a really strong relationship with her sister, her older sister, growing up, so this inspired her goofball trait. I feel like as well, because she grew up in nature, she was a lot more creatively inclined. She didn't need to worry too much about academia or studying or anything like that, because she didn't go to a quote-unquote normal school. She didn't have to learn anything that human sims had to learn. She obviously had to learn the magic and the more nature side of everything. So because of this, she didn't really have the opportunity to do the more academic studying. It was a lot more of a chance for her to explore her creative side, and this is what led her into her creative trait, but also her maker trait. So her way of being creative was always to make things, and I was kind of inspired by the Tinkerbell movie that I watched when I was a kid. I really liked the idea that, all the fairies were kind of given their areas that they were strong in, and how Tinkerbell was a tinkerer. I kind of thought that Juniper was very similar to this. I just really liked the idea that they each had their own thing that they were strong at, and for Juniper, hers is definitely, making things and creating things. And so, as I say, this is where her maker trait is coming from. The last trait that I gave her is the kleptomaniac trait, which is a bit of a curveball, So she was kind of always spoiled, being the younger sibling, and she comes from a very big and well-known family, so there's always someone there to spoil her. She's very well off, so she kind of grew up feeling entitled to whatever she wanted because of this. It's her character flaw. We all need a bit of definition for our characters. It's no fun if every sim is perfect, and Juniper is definitely no different. She just has a really bad habit of taking what she wants when she wants it. And because she's a fairy, she can like shrink in size. So she's able to do this a bit easier. And also because she is actually the sage of Untamed magic, I feel like that definitely means she can be a little bit misbehaved at times. She likes to push the boundaries. So she's definitely the sort that comes across like a perfect angel, like butter wouldn't melt, but then she's definitely quite mischievous and she can definitely manipulate things to go the way she wants. And if she can't do this with her words, she does this with her magic. And I just thought it was really interesting to kind of give Juniper this trait. I just thought it fit well with Untamed magic, and it also just led into more depth for her character. I just want to talk a little bit more about the fashion choices that I made for this sim. So by now you've probably seen most of the outfits. So you can see that I kind of went for a very different style for what you would expect a sage to wear, or what I would expect a sage to wear. Is quite formal and almost regal, and I just did not get this vibe from Juniper at all. I feel like she's the sort to want to like fit in a little bit more with what's popular in the sim world, as opposed to following what the fairies expect of her. So she does wear a lot of like modern fashion. She wears a lot of like really short shorts and loose fit, almost revealing tops. And with these, she does have really like cute fairy heels. I could not resist giving my fairy sim fairy heels. It was just perfect for her. And I just feel like it paired really nicely with the sort of like outfit. It's kind of like she's gone for a casual dressed down look, but at the same time she is very much showing that she wants the attention. And you can definitely also see this with her other outfits, especially her party and formal looks. I did give her a dress for her formal that I then swapped out, and I gave it to her for a party look instead, just because I thought it fit that category a lot better. And she does wear a lot of greens, but she also wears a lot of blue and yellow as well. I like the idea of going with the more natural and cool colours for a fairy sim instead of like the warmer reds and pinks, just to connect her to nature even more. And also she really suits this style and these colours as well. Like I really like how the outfits complement her personality, in that she both wants to stand out but blend in at the same time. I just really love how this sim turns out. I love Juniper so much. I love her face. She's just so cute. And at the time of actually recording this voiceover, I haven't seen either Bee or Chermi's final sims, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing them. Both of the other simmers' videos will be pinned in the comments, so do make sure you go and check them out and give them both so much love. And also keep your eyes open for part 2 of this collab as well, where we build the sages their homes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you liked the screenshots at the end of all the sages together. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure to leave a like and comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It would mean so much to me, and I will speak to you all in another video. Bye everyone!